Children, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. I've lots of lovely goodies for you.
Release your inhibitions.
Let's go.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Lighting up our lives. Steady your lanterns.
Steady lanterns.
Oh, we already lost him. There he is.
We're back.
What was that? Was that on purpose?
No, accident.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just got blacked out there. Oh, I'm all thrown off now. Thrown off the Emperor's Groove. I got a new laptop and has one of those sliding video things to keep Mark Zuckerberg from watching me at nighttime.
They still make those, hey?
Mhm.
Yeah, mine doesn't even have the option. I think my old work laptop did have that.
I had a whole intro prepared. I don't know what to do. Kurt, take it from me.
It's the thing, like
flustered.
it's the kind of the risk with the live show is now like something throws you off and now you just have to roll with it. Well, so if you're not watching on video and if you're not like within the thousands of people watching right now, and you're just listening, you'll see Randy's got a nice glow to him. He's got a post-Halloween glow. The gnome costume must have gone over well. How about you talk about that?
Yes. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for grounding me. The gnome costume was a big hit. I'll tell you what, I had a total of 10 trick-or-treaters, the same as last year. And there's just no Halloween cheer in my strata complex. There's 23 units, and I'm the only one who had pumpkins or candy.
What?
No one else had anything in the
No one
whole
had
complex.
candy?
No one else, no. And it's just like they got the Halloween humbug here. I don't know what to think about it. They say to me, "Oh, kids never come over here," and that's because you don't have your lights on, you don't have any pumpkins out, you don't have any fucking candy. Of course, they're not coming here. It's the chicken and egg scenario. So
I mean, why
told them
would
to
they
smarten up.
go to your neighborhood?
Because they live close by.
Because it's like you've got your strata, then you got like the retirement home or a couple of them, and like you're kind of tucked. Why would anyone bother going down?
I think because it's flat. There's like the wealthy houses next door on the lakefront,
but it's not.
They're full-size chocolate bar people.
It's not like a direct link to those houses, though. You kind of have to. You got a yard track.
Yeah, it's not direct. I'll give the kids that. It's a bit of a process, but I say you got to be prepared. It's not for us to decide. It's for the kids to decide where they're going to go, and it's up to the homeowners to be prepared to give candy at a moment's notice.
You got to be the Griswold of Halloween and just go crazy on decorations, inflatables, lights, candy.
Right.
You have to make it worth it. Like if those kids only go to one house the entire night, like you've got it covered. Yeah. Blinding orange and what other color do they do on it?
Orange and black?
White. Orange. Well, the black, you can't do a black.
Right.
Orange and white or just orange, bright orange ball.
Yeah, I tried to prepare a little bit of like spook. I got these shaggy mane mushrooms, and they look very spooky because they're like dripping like a black ink into these jars. And I want the kids to reflect on life and death as they're coming towards my house. That's what I'm thinking about at Halloween. We had the harvest, and we're going into November, which we both said is the shittiest month of the year. It's where if things are dying. You got to be in touch with the dark side of the world these months, and I want the kids to be prepared.
Yeah, well, I think you have to. You can only level up next year. I don't think you back down from this.
Yeah. I think the neighbors not doing anything makes me want to double down.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I'm talking like a 20-foot skeleton from Home Depot kind of thing.
Yeah. Can you staple some lights to your roof? Can you get up there and just staple them
I
in
think
line?
that's the problem with these Stratas. They said only during like Christmas.
Halloween, not Halloween.
Yeah, not Halloween, just Christmas. So it's even baked into the rules. They're anti-Halloween.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a good time for me to burn the Strata down.
Yeah. So did you go? Did you go out at all? Did you go
I
out?
did on the Saturday night. Like a lot of things in life, I think I had more fun getting ready than the party. We went to small town Weimar, BC, population 50. I think we probably doubled the population of that small community hall with this party. And yeah, it was
another hall party, hey?
Another hall party. Yeah. Yeah, my group of friends seems to love these little places in the middle of nowhere. It really seems like a small town Halloween. Like there's just everyone out there. It's a very spooky town, this Weimar place. I don't really know what to make.
This is not one of the places you mentioned last episode, right? Did you mention one of the other places was a spooky town?
Proctor, BC.
These are all very spooky towns.
Yeah. Weimar's the spookiest of them. There's like this old hotel with all these World War II artifacts for some reason. And yeah, the town doesn't really get much sunlight. Like it's just kind of stuck between this valley, and there's always mist and fog and peculiar things going on. But the music sucked. The music sucked. The DJ blew it. We got there, and yeah, I think that was the bit of a downer. Like I wanted to dance to the Time Warp, Monster Mash.
Yeah, I was gonna say Monster Mash is the only one I know.
Those kinds of the ones that get the people going, and unfortunately, there was just a lot of It was just like kind of like synth electronic music.
I feel like I don't know if I want the old Halloween classics. The only one I can name is like Monster Mash. Like I like more like music that falls into that kind of mood. So I could see some synth fall into that mood, or just dark pop. And there's other modern music that comes out with like a Halloween twist, but it's not like really in your face monsters and ghouls and get on the dance floor. It's like it's more subtle than that. Like I don't know if I need the Monster Mash.
I think
and the spooky skeleton song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. This is Halloween, and just on repeat for an hour.
Yeah.
I think you need to become a disc jockey and come out to small town Weimar and show the folks how it's done.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to become a lot of things. Disc jockey is pretty far down, but there's too many. There's too many of everything. I was thinking about that again. We talked about like I think we talked about like too many fitness influencers and stuff. There should be like a max of like 10 in the world or something.
Per body type.
Yeah. And I think about that like for like everything, like disc jockeys, models. I don't know what else actually off the top of my head, but there was plenty more. I was coming up with all this list when I should have been working earlier today. So I promise you there's plenty more.
Coffee shops? Are there too many different shops in town?
There's too many. There probably are. I would say there's too many like chain restaurants and chain coffee shops, chain fast food restaurants. Like let's just have your fast food burger joint, your fast food sandwich place, your one of each kind of thing, one of each food type, your fast food vegan or whatever, or your chain vegan, your chain sushi kind of thing. And then you can have a little bit more flexibility for the local favorites, I think.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh. So what else?
Did you get trick-or-treaters at the apartment? Is that possible? Have you ever gotten one?
You know what? When I go in and leave my apartment, I do so as secretly and quickly as possible, so as not to run into anyone. And I take the back exit. So sometimes they have postings in the lobby that I miss. So I don't know what they did this year. But before, I thought they did set something up to be able to hand out candy. So I don't know if in prior years, some of the Strata owners came and like, assembled, Avengers assembled, and they assembled in the lobby and kind of managed to get everyone to the kids to the front door and hand out candy or what. I think they've done something like that in the past, or maybe at the very least they set something up so that like family members of the owners here, because there's a lot of old people here, so let's say like grandkids or something could come by and then there'd be like all this candy to choose from. So I feel like they've done that in the past. I don't recall seeing anything this year, but like I said, I kind of sneak in and out and sometimes don't notice if there's a posting. Sometimes there's hot yoga Fridays with the grannies or whatever. I don't know. There's all these postings. Right. So I don't know if they did anything. Of course.
Yeah. Whenever I go to your elevator, they always have like, come have a beer here on this week.
Yeah. So I don't use the elevator often because I'm only on the 3rd floor and I'm right by the stairs. The elevator, too high a risk of running into someone. You got to take the stairs. So no, there's no one like going up and down the tower for sure. No one's knocking on my door for candy. I didn't even have any candy. I had to go out and buy some the next day. I was craving some. I was kind of sad I didn't have any. So the next day when it was on sale, I went there to the store, bought some flowers, bought some candy. Yeah. And yeah, had a hell of a day that day.
So what's rewind the clock here for all the people, the candy buying crowd? You're little Kurt, you're a little Rugrat. You're running around Crawford, pantsing your friends and nicking and nine-dooring people and all that. Yeah. But you also want some
throwing fireworks, Roman candles directly at small
getting
children.
Caught in a Roman candle war. Yeah, no big deal. What are the candies you're looking for as a kid? Like, I think what I see now is just so much shrinkflation. You sent me a snap of this little chocolate bar, and it's probably the size of I shit you know, it's probably the size of my thumb. Like, just not even my thumb. That was probably just the after this knuckle joint, like where the nail is. Tiny.
That was the Snickers bar. So because I picked out 2 different things of candy, and it kind of shows you what I want. So I picked out the Maynard's pack, which I love. Although that's gone downhill for a while too. Ever since they removed cherry blasters years and years ago. When I was still trick-or-treating, they removed cherry blasters. I love those. Those are like right up there with Sour Patch Kids for me. So I was disappointed. So I got the Maynards. So like kind of sour candies, gummy candies, love those, especially the sour ones. And then I bought a mixed pack that had Twix, one of my favorites, and Snickers, Mars, and peanut M&Ms. And the Snickers was the worst offender. Like they've all shrunk for sure. And I think I like to think I've gotten a little bit bigger since high school. So there's a little bit of that perspective that's off. But the Snickers is like half the size of like the Mars bar. It's tiny. It's like you don't even taste it. Like it's down your throat, and you kind of like have to think about it. You have to be like, wait, I need to like taste it. Otherwise, it's just like this chunk of something that just went down my throat. It's tiny. It's crazy.
Yeah. So if I was HR, if I was like on the marketing team, I'd say something about portion control. You gotta. These are sweet treats. You can't have 10 of them. We're trying to limit your intake, right? We're trying.
The smaller they are, the more size. I want. I went through that box so fast. I finished actually a day later than I thought I would. I finished all of my candy yesterday. So I bought these bag of Maynards, it's mixed Maynards to be clear, like 4 different little things in there. And then a box of these chocolates. And I bought them on Saturday. I finished them yesterday, which was Wednesday. So I was like on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday during the workday. And I was like kind of bored of work. I was just like going through some of these chocolates. Yeah. Like, that's why I don't buy this shit, but it's so good.
Do you feel more like a big, like say you had the equal weight of Snickers and you had one big Snickers bar or like 20 small bars? Do you think you feel more like a bag of shit eating the 20 small bars? Because I think I would. I feel like, I can't control myself. I had 20 of these little things. But in reality, that's just the size of like a King bar.
No, I feel that's the key. It's the complete opposite for me. I feel like I've barely had anything. They're so tiny. What's one more? What's one more? What's one more? What's one more? And then all of a sudden I've had 30, and it's like, these are all like tiny. They're little Halloween treats. And then you're kind of like, it's just once a year or whatever, twice a year that you have these bite-sized candies. So no, I'm completely the opposite. The big chocolate bars, if I eat a whole big chocolate bar, I'm gonna be like, oh, like I had no reason to do that. And especially because now I'm eating a mix of candy, so it's like I'm just having a little taste of 8 different candies here. You can't blame a guy for doing that.
Well, here's another thing, Kurt. Where's the candy innovation budget these days? When's the last new chocolate bar? Somewhere along the way, I want to say it was maybe after they released the Crispy Crunch. They said that's enough. We're not going to come out with new chocolate bars or candies anymore. Like I feel like I have this memory as a kid being like, all right, there's something new on the shelf. I got to try this thing. I mean, a lot of things are new as a kid, but like this just came out. I don't see that. I don't see that in the grocery store aisle anymore. It's the same ones we've had for 30 years.
Do you know something about Crispy Crunch? Is that like a known thing that it was like the last great chocolate bar to come out? Or
I'm just saying I wouldn't be able to like usual. Let me fact check myself live. Crispy Crunch.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the order and like
release date.
There's gonna be what, like
there's in the 90s.
So is that late or like when did Kit Kat or
what's it? Chocolate bar, popular chocolate bar timeline. Yeah, I think M&M's first introduced in 1940. Interesting.
Yeah, we want to go the other way. Last.
Right. Yeah, it's this. You know what? It looks like they stopped making new ones after the 30s.
Well, you just said M&M's in the 40s.
Yeah, that was pretty much the last one. Yeah, so they had the good ones. Snickers,
they said Crispy Crunch in the 90s.
Kit Kat, O. Henry, Clark Bar, Milky Way. These are all from like
Reese's Pieces. Got to be one of the last ones.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, 1922. Try again, dumbass.
Wow, I would have thought like that would have been something crazy.
Right. So we've been in a chocolate bar stagnation for 100 years.
100 years is crazy, but I don't know how you break through. Big Chocolate cornered the market there. You can't get in there other than being a specialty chocolate, and then that's not something you're handing out at Halloween. That's something that you see in the grocery grocery market aisle, or you're using it for a recipe, or you have the specialty chocolatiers. I don't know how you get into that casual chocolate market. And nowadays people are more
competition, so they just flaunt it, right? They just flaunt it. Well, we'll make them smaller. What are you gonna do?
Those I didn't have peanut butter cups this year, but I had them in the last couple of years. But those ones I think that they have on Halloween are tiny too. Like
they've messed with them.
They're little cups. I don't even know how they make them that small.
Yeah, it's impressive that they can keep on making them smaller.
What's your favorite chocolate bar?
Yeah,
or candy other than Fuzzy Peaches?
I crave what I can't have a lot of times. I want the Crispy Crunch. I really want it. It's got that crunchy wafer made of flour in there, so
I think Crispy Crunch used to be like one of my least favorites as a kid, and then for a while now as an adult, I do really like it. Still
that Depression era chocolate that does something for me.
I've always liked Twix. I do agree with you. I need the texture. And then I say that, but then I think I really enjoyed those Mars bars that I just devoured, and those don't really have texture. They just got the caramel, but those were quite good. But otherwise, I typically like the texture, so I love the Twix. The Crispy Crunch is good. Even like Mr. Big is quite good. I think kind of underrated. O. Henry's a classic, but it's not the top of the list for me. And then the Maynards, the Sour Patch Kids, anything sour.
Yeah, the innovation I'm noticing, I think you sent me a snap, is just like the crossovers, like the Avengers crossovers. Like they have Oreo
Sour Patch
Kids for some reason.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Don't know. Well, there's like Henry and Reese's crossover. Like, all right,
Well, it's like because they've cut everyone else out of the game, so
Yeah.
then they're kind of like looking together. They're looking at each other. How can we kind of innovate or change things up? So they just start combining these things. What's next? Pepsi and Coke combining? Pepsi Coke. So I've been trying out all these new Coca-Colas, and actually my sister sent me a new one that's apparently out. I'll have to try, but I don't know. Maybe I'll walk in and see Pepsi Coke Pepsi, and I'll be like, what's
Yeah,
that
I'll be like, yeah, that's always been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you noticed, Ryan, behind me.
Christmas
I've got
lights.
some Christmas lights, and I believe in the past I've been against early Christmas decorating. I am like
pretty much every year it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, every year I repeat the same shit. So yeah, I'm always like December. It's got to be December on. You can't do earlier than that. And then you think like even like early November is crazy. And this year I decided I'm just all in on Christmas. So while I didn't quite get there right after Halloween on November 1st, because I didn't care that much. A few days later, or earlier this week, I threw up the lights that I had. And I don't have much for Christmas decorations. I just have like lights, but I decided why not? We're in the miserable month of November. Halloween's over. Why not spread a little cheer inside my little cozy apartment? Put out some lights for 2 months, and maybe I'll just leave them on there because January is miserable too. I don't like January either.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a big no for me, dog. You're supposed to be depressed. Turn those back off. Be miserable in November. There's no time for cheer. We're supposed to be crowding around dark in the darkness, clamoring, kind of grasping around, trying to survive. This isn't a happy time, Kurt.
Why do you have to be depressed in November?
Yeah, well, you gotta get out of the way.
You know what? I've been really enjoying the first 6 days of November. I don't know if it's the chocolate or the lights or my new Resident Evil game that we'll get to later, or the flowers I bought or that brighten up the place. But it's been nice. It's been cozy. I've just been having a time. It's like, I don't know. I
picked
like
up on you is the candle game. I think candles they're fun. That's an allowable thing to have on in November. Lots of candles.
Yeah, so the candles, because I have a ton of those little, what are they called? The little
tea light ones.
Tea light ones. Those ones actually suck, but I have a bunch of them from IKEA. But they burn out so fast, and you're left with like so much wax in them still before the wick burns out, and you can't notice them really. Like, yeah, I guess you see the flame, but they're all scented, but you barely smell them. They're so small, so they're kind of lame. But I have so many of them, I keep lighting them. But last weekend, to add to the mood, the hygge, I have been sitting on the classic candle sticks, unscented, and I hadn't even been using them. I'd been saving them for no reason at all because they're unscented. I was like, what the hell? What am I doing? Well, why would I light these? And why did I buy these? But I decided, why not? So I lit 3 of them, and it really set the mood. I had lights on, these candles dripping wax. It was, I was getting all hot and bothered.
Yeah, that sounds all right, huh? All right, you got me sold, Kurt. What got me sold? Did you watch those Blue Jays?
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to get to that next. Like I barely watched. I was following along, I guess you could say. And then the game 7, which is on Saturday, right? It was on Saturday in Toronto. And I still didn't really want to watch. I was like, man, I still don't really want to watch a full baseball game. So I kind of had it on my computer in like the 7th inning onward or something. And I was watching some of it, and then I was like away and still just had it on. And then it went in. Then of course it really came to crunch time there in the 9th. and shit was going down. And then of course it went into extra innings. But I don't know. Like, so with baseball, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's happening. All of a sudden, I blinked and the Dodgers have won the world. What? I was like, what?
Yeah.
It almost feels anticlimactic. Like I just literally blinked, 2 outs, and then it was over. I'm like,
That's what I thought too.
I'm waiting for the pitch. Nothing's been happening for 11 innings or whatever. And then I take a sip of water, and the Dodgers are won the world. I'm like, I thought we were in good. I thought they were in good position there. I thought the way that game was going, and again, I didn't really watch. I'm just following along with the score. I just thought with Toronto being up, I was like, oh, I think they're going to win this one. I think they're going to win the big one. And they lost, and I was a bit surprised, but I don't know anything about baseball. And to be honest, I didn't care that the Dodgers won. I know that this crushed a lot of fans, Blue Jays fans and Canadians, but for me, even as a Canadian sports fan, I didn't really care. I don't know. How about you?
Yeah, I'm just here to listen to the announcer. We got Shohei Ohtani coming up to bat against Clayton Kershaw. He's got a heck of a curveball here, and he's going to walk around the base.
Yeah, just listen to that guy is wild. Like his voice. The Blue Jays announcer. Do you listen to this guy? I think his name is Buck Martinez.
Okay. He talks like this, and it's just incredible to listen to. I mean, we're watching baseball. He's just gonna put me to sleep within the first 2 innings. Apparently he used to have a normal voice, but yeah, somewhere when he turned like 82, he just kind of started talking funny, and it's an interesting voice to listen to. It might be kind of like Muppet, like kind of sounds like a Muppet.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch some highlights. I didn't even notice that. It didn't stand out to me.
Yeah. That's all I could focus on, really. Just listening to this guy inning to inning. Incredible.
So what do you think of the big Shohei? So Yamamoto, not even Shohei Ohtani won MVP. Yamamoto, the pitcher for the Dodgers. I guess
Shohei. He won MVP?
Yeah, Yoshi Yamamoto.
Okay, yeah.
Won MVP of the World Series. He was lighting it up.
Yeah, he's a damn good pitcher. I mean, they put him in there. He just had over 100 pitches or something in the 9th game. In the 7th game, just crazy. Yeah. So could have been, if it was Toronto won, I'm sure it would have been Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Yeah, for me, I'm a baseball playoff fan. I think I'm aware when the Blue Jays are in the playoffs. Won't watch. I'll watch if they're in the World Series, pretty much.
I didn't even know you were watching it.
Oh, I was watching.
Every game?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It didn't really sound like you were that into it.
Yeah, it was just it's like a background thing. I kind of you struggle to watch. I struggle to sit down and watch sports for a long period of time in general, but baseball is a good background show. It's kind of like Gilmore Girls, relaxing, slow.
Yeah, the baseball's a little too slow, regular season at least. They have to go through 162 games a season. I was talking to somebody and how do you, first of all, these games can last, I think longer than all the other major sports, 4 hours or whatever. And you got daytime games, you got 162 of them. If you're a diehard fan, what are the diehards doing out there? They're not able to watch them every game. And then what's the point of even playing them if your fans can't even watch them?
I think the MLB is even worse than hockey for being just focused on ticket sales. That's all they seem to care about. Soccer does it right, where there's only so many important games. Hockey, I think, has way too many. I'd like 20 games for hockey season, kind of like how the NFL does it.
20
even have less. They have way less, but everyone tunes in for their 1 game a week for the sports team. You can follow 1 game a week. You can't baseball, every other day for months. That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know how the NFL got there, because there's no way you could convince baseball or the NHL to cut down that much, if at all. I mean, the NHL is going up in games next year to 84. They cut out preseason games and though, I guess, but they're adding regular season games, and to do away with all the ticket revenue, but also the concession revenue, those $20 beers and whatnot is insane. If you try and talk to the owners and stuff about that, and the sponsors and all that. So now I need you to do I gotta give you some homework for next episode, is do a deep dive into the history of the NFL and figure out how they came to that number. It's like, why aren't they at like 60 games or 40 games rather than every weekend? It works out awesome for, like, I think people love it, but realistically they would make a shit ton of money if they played more games.
I'll look into it for the next step. My initial thought is that there's just so many fucking injuries in football that their roster can't handle it. If there's that
I guess so. That's where my head went to. I suppose people are always,
but hockey is really physical too, and like baseball, when you're throwing like that many pitches. I mean, fuck baseball. It's not that physical. Hockey is very physical.
They had some beer leaguers out there. Games. I was like, who's this guy? This is who's this? It was, I don't know. It wasn't Vladdy. It was, I don't know, one of the other guys. Who is this guy? The big Santa Claus comes out and hits one deep into left field. Come on, like, jeez. Blue Jays are very, very disappointing. What else? You want me to take this?
Take it.
Yeah, so Halloween was so I've been craving, as you know, I've been craving something. I've been craving
Could Mary really be here?
I need So I was like looking for a new game to play, especially around Halloween. I was looking for something spooky, and obviously we talked a lot about Silent Hill last episode, and then we also talked about Resident Evil a lot. So I decided, just because on PlayStation they had Resident Evil available and they had like all of them on sale, I went in and I bought the Resident Evil 2 remake, because they remade 2, 3, and 4. And I said, they're all like well regarded. So I went back and I said, I'm going to buy number 2 and like $15 or whatever. And it has been awesome. It is like, it's like perfect what I needed. And especially around Halloween, it was perfect and spooky. And it's a lot of fun. And it's funny just knowing, because we played these later games and just knowing where it gets to. And then like hearing like
sounds more like an alien invasion if you no thanks,
like Leon
bro.
Say these things from later games, and just seeing him in this one, it's just funny because like, so I have like a few things I wanted to talk about with Resident Evil 2. So there's like a million of these games, right? Like you're on number 7, right?
Yeah, Biohazard.
But those are just numbers, because then you get into like Revelations. There's like Resident Evil 0. There's movies. There's all this shit. So I think there's one even after. Yeah, there's 8, and then there's a new one coming out 9. But it's not like there's just 9 games. There's probably like 18 games or like 30 games, like because they've had all these spin-offs.
A lot of them just aren't related at all. Like Biohazard has none of the OG characters.
Yeah,
no Leon, no Wesker yet.
Yeah. We'll see if he turns up. But anyway, so I went back to play Resident Evil 2. So I think it might have been like the second one that did come out, like if you look at it chronologically. And anyways, it's the classic. It's Resident Evil was all about Raccoon City. We watched our 45-minute YouTube video to get all caught up at your place that one day. There's a big breakout at Raccoon City. So they send on Leon Kennedy. It's his first day in the job. I think he's just driving to the police station to start his day. He's a complete rookie. So, and he just happens to run into zombies, and you kind of run into Claire Redfield, who's Chris Redfield's sister, and she's looking for her brother who got caught up in the craziness of Resident Evil 1, I guess. And anyway, so you're facing these zombies as Leon for like the first time, so it's quite spooky at first, and then you just end up at the police department and you're kind of just exploring that on your own, and it's creepy, it's dark. I was getting scared for sure. It does get, I feel like with anything, it probably gets a little bit less scary as you go on. You kind of level up your character, you get different areas, you can become familiar with the map and certain jump scares that might pop out. I feel like it kind of like there's a couple things. So it kind of like switches it up like partway through on you, because at first it's like you're going at your own pace, you're going slowly through the police department and running into zombies and monsters and stuff, and it's really creepy. And then they introduce Mr. X, which is like one of the guys we talked about like in the last couple episodes of like you looking like him or something.
Yeah, I still don't understand. Like, I don't think I've played a game with Mr. X in it.
He's in this one, and he's just this massive like tank of a mutant or a zombie, and he wears like a trench coat, and he shows up out of nowhere like a few hours in, and all of a sudden he just hunts you down like the whole time. He never stops looking for you. He's like, if you ever seen like the movie It Follows, like he just constantly is following you or looking for you. And all of a sudden, like before you're kind of going around at your own pace, and now you've got this thing always behind you, walking toward you, basically. So it's like, it was really intense for a while. And then the other thing with Resident Evil 2, I guess I didn't realize with how fast this series kind of goes over the top. Like I was expecting a pure like zombie horror game. You walk in, rookie cop, regular zombie. Okay, maybe there's like a Mr. X or something, like a boss type zombie. But no, you've got like a zombie crocodile. Of course, you got Mr. X. You got these lickers or whatever running around the ceiling. Ada Wong comes in, I think, for the first time, and she is like over the top. She's wearing like sunglasses, high heels, like a trench coat, and in the middle of the night, in like the middle of a zombie outbreak. And then like even midway through, she loses her jacket and she's wearing like this red dazzling dress, like so ridiculous. But man, she is mysterious, and she saves Leon. I save her. No big deal. But I think I'm getting close to the end. There's 2 campaigns. So there's a Leon campaign, which I'm playing, and then there's like a Claire campaign. And I'm not sure yet if and when I'll get to the Claire one. But at least on the Leon side, I think I'm close to the end, and it's been awesome. So I think after that, then I might pull the trigger on Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Also, I'm excited now for Resident Evil 3 and 4, because it's been awesome. I'm back into gaming.
That's so sick. Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil, it's interesting hearing about that. It's just kind of off the walls, like right off the bat, because like I think we started with 4, and five. Yeah, that was just outrageous. Yeah, but just just so hard to play. I think 7 feels like the first one that's like playable and like with the time. Like I remember looking at Resident Evil 6 was like 2012 or something like that. Let me see.
I think a little bit later.
It was 2012, and it was like the gameplay was like just atrocious, like something you could barely scrape together.
It's not
cool. And then Resident Evil 7, it's just night and day difference on the gameplay. 2017, it's spooky. I'm actually like the first time I got scared, like proper like jump scare.
That one looks scary. I'm not surprised. Because though I think like for me, like I think 2 and 3, I think 3 is like similar to 2, but then 4 I think is where it kind of turns more actiony and really dives into the over the topness, and then now I guess it's kind of gone back the other way, more into the spooky territory, which you're experiencing. But it's been awesome. And honestly, the streaming, so I've been streaming all my playthroughs on Twitch on Resident Evil on this Patio Lanterns account, and that's helped. It helps to talk through it because I do get scared easily. So I'm like, if I can like talk through it, it helps. And it's just like I've been jumping. I've jumped a few times for sure. I gotten freaked out. It's been a lot of fun, but they did a good job with this remake. I mean, I never played the original, of course, but it like looks really good. It plays really good. It's like feels classic and modern at the same time. Like it's got all these classic like gameplay traits, and then it feels like just really refined. It just feels good. It's fun. I can't wait to jump back on again. It had me playing on weekdays, which I never do. I never play on the weekdays anymore. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I gotta play. I can't wait to put this on after work. So
yeah, it must be. I think the lore has captured us. Like we're both like, yeah, what's going on next? What's going on next? Anything else you want to touch on? Resident Evil? I got something else for the pod.
No, the only thing is I just keep getting more and more excited about Silent Hill. Yeah. And that is coming for sure. I decided already I am going to buy it. The hold up there was that it's on a console I don't have, and it's on PC. And I'm not a big PC guy, but I think my computer will be fine. And I can even connect a controller to the computer. So I'm 100% doing Silent Hill 2, and I can't wait to blab all about it, about finding Mary on the podcast here. God. So I can't wait to dive into that.
Yeah, that'll be sick. I got a new laptop, so I should check if it's compatible. Not one of those fancy gaming laptops or anything, but who knows? It'll do the trick. I've been too focused on business.
Yeah, you're very serious.
Fucking money to play games. I'm talking about Alexander Grant. I'm not sure if you checked out LinkedIn lately, but he's been fucking busy.
Yeah, because I try to connect with people, and it always says we've reached the weekly capacity.
Yeah, he's been busy. He's been
and you've been sending like job postings.
Yeah. Trying to make us some money. I thought it would be hilarious. So Ryan Rancier, me, the personal, your co-host that you know and love. I signed up for this AI kind of like staffing agency called Mercor, where they match professionals with research labs that are trying to like make their chatbots better, essentially. So think of it like, okay, if there's, what's the effective tax rate for, blah, 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 blah. And then I come in there, make my gold level response compared to the AI's response, grade it, and get, that's the work that I'd be doing. But the thing is, Kurt, they paused my project, and I'm like, well, shit, what am I was excited about all this.
Buy more Halloween decorations.
Yeah, exactly. Papa needs a good, like a 30-foot skeleton out front. And then it got me thinking, all right, well, how am I going to make money on this? I think I was talking to you about it, and you kind of said, it seems kind of like a pyramid scheme because you get paid money to like for referrals and stuff like that. So say you get somebody get you to sign up as an engineer, then, that's $250 or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, nice. And so that's all when I thought about that. And then I saw that to do the referrals, you can just upload all your connections to this platform, and it generates all these messages for you just to copy and paste to someone. So then as soon as they click your like job specific link, or like if they click your link and sign up and work some hours, then me, Ryan Rancier, gets paid, even though it's through Alexander Grant. So they never have to know about it. So I'm copying all these messages over from Ryan Rancier's Mercor account over to Alexander Grant's LinkedIn page because he has like 3,300 connections, which is also hilarious. And then, just trying to change Alexander Grant's little bio to recruiter, leader.
I saw that. I thought that was new too. I was laughing.
A family man. And so I think this would be hilarious. I can't wait to get maybe one person will sign up out of all those spam messages that I sent to everyone. But maybe for that one person it's worth it. Maybe it's just the opportunity of a lifetime for them.
So yeah, how do you do because you're not pasting a link into individual chats. You're doing something more automated, more lumped together, right?
Copy paste. Yeah.
No,
so
not into individual chats, are you?
I'm copying it into individual chats, yes, but the message is generated.
Oh, so like how do you just go to connections and then kind of like go down the list and
Yeah, so on LinkedIn there's a way to like download your connections, and then I upload those connections to the Mercor site. It parses through everyone's profiles, and then it comes out and says these people are a good fit. So say someone who has a chemistry PhD, then they could be the chemistry person. And
am I gonna get a message?
Specific link. They don't want your ass. They want they want someone else. They want Alexander Grant's connections. And
mine still says I'm unemployed.
Sad.
Yeah. I was wondering what was going on because I would just see like the responses. Oh, hey, thanks, Alexander, for the referral, but I'm not really interested in a new position at this time. I'm like, oh, what's Ryan up to? Is he just sending off these to everyone, or is he clicking forward on like postings on LinkedIn, or how is he doing it, and how many people have been affected? But
hundreds.
Yeah, and then I'm on there once in a while, and I was on there this week, and I try and connect with some other top thought leaders on there, and it's full. We're full for the week, and I've gotten there before, but I was like, oh yeah, Ryan must be busy.
Yeah, I've been farming connections on like meetings that I just listen on at work. Sometimes I just be like, oh yeah, Alexander Grant, I should connect with.
Yeah, it's granting time, but I mean, I try and go on there and make a post if I haven't in a while. Like I made another one the other day, and it got 2 likes like right away. Like it was all about like dating as a boardroom or something. And all of a sudden a couple guys. Like,
I almost spat out. I was in a meeting when I was looking at like my personal LinkedIn, and I almost spat out my drink when I saw the Alexander Grant AI generated image where he's like,
Halloween. Where he's wearing like the Dracula like
yeah.
So now LinkedIn flags AI generated images, which I do not like, because at least before you could pretend it was original. So now that pops up if you use an AI generated image. So a bunch of Alexander Grant's, some of the images on there have a little symbol on there. It's like CR or something. I'm not really sure, but then I see it on other people's accounts too. I was like, oh yeah, I knew that was AI. You dumb CEO faker. But
loser.
Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, go connect with Alexander Grant if you're listening.
But yeah, we gotta start thinking about what we're gonna do with all this referral money, man. Like we're gonna be rolling in a pretty
30-foot skeleton. I would start there.
Okay.
So I told you after you mentioned the Mercor stuff, some Slawomir reached out to me. He wouldn't stop pinging me an email. I was like, oh, this looks like just like the scam I was telling Randy about. And then I was off in Halifax, and he kept pinging me. Like he really wanted me. And I did some diving into him and his company. And again, it was like your situation. It was like, it seems so suspect, and then everything kind of checks out, like that this is all real actually. And so I'm like, okay, what the hell? I could use some easy money. So I finally replied to him and said, yeah, like I'm away this week. Can we connect next week? And then he just ghosted me. So I was like, whatever, like fuck you. Like send me like 3 or 4 emails in a row, and then I finally get back to him.
Hey.
Yeah. Like fuck off, like Slawomir. I don't know. He's
wasn't he like offering you an absurdly high rate per hour? It was like $200 an hour.
Weren't you like $200 an hour?
Mercor was offering like $90 an hour.
USD. Okay, maybe mine was like $200 an hour or something stupid. And so finally I said, yeah, okay. But he is on LinkedIn, so maybe I'll get Alexander.
Oh, if he's on LinkedIn,
connect with him
legit.
And see what's happening there. But yeah, be sure to check out Alexander Grant. I do have a couple more things. Unless you have something you'd like to discuss.
No, I was just gonna say, so it is funny watching some people's reaction to the job posting. Some people will be like, dot dot dot, I have a startup. And it's like, okay, like what do you want from Alexander at this point? And then another guy was giving Alexander flack. I'm not sure if you're able to log in, but he was like a doctor who's giving Alexander flack for not reading enough books or something like that, just pretty much insulting Alexander.
This is all in his DMs?
Yeah. And then I got in there and I was firing back. So when you got some time, make sure you peruse through.
These are unsolicited messages or what?
This is from when I send them a link to do the referral.
Oh,
they don't like it. Some people don't like it.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. You don't even know these people, so it is kind of.
Well,
weird.
they're the ones who accept Alexander Grant's friend request in the first place.
I guess, yeah, but
without
still,
knowing him.
I know two weirds don't make a right. I guess. So I don't know. Like I see why they'd be like, why the hell are you saying? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my profile?
No, I get insulted when someone insults Alexander Grant. It's like we put so much time into him, and then someone comes after, insults his character. It's like, you're done, kid.
You should. You should be able to generate like a Alexander Grant deep fake and overlay it onto your face and have some video calls or something.
Well, if we really want to up the number of like connections we get, it would be Alexandra Grant, and she would just be smoking hot.
We didn't think of that one.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to mention, because last year I was very big into Alien, and so I thought I've watched the end of the television show Alien Earth. I thought I have to come full circle and tell Ryan all about it on the podcast. So if you didn't know, there's a show that came out this year on Disney, of all places, Alien Earth. And it's like it says, like the alien crash lands on Earth. It's crazy. So I just want to say a few notes about it. Overall, I actually enjoyed it. Like an enjoyable show. If you're into that sci-fi stuff, you're into the Alien, I actually enjoyed it. But it's a bit weird. So, because the whole premise is like, in the alien world, they have all these like cyborgs and synthetics and clankers and whatnot like that. And they have like slightly different types. Like I think a cyborg is different from an android, which is different from a synthetic. Like they're all slightly different. Some of them have like white semen blood. Some of them have red blood, like real blood. I don't know. They're all different. In this one, they're like coming up with a new synth where they put babies consciousnesses into these android bodies, or they're more like kids, not babies, not like wow. But it's a bit jarring because then you have these like full grown adults acting like kids, and that's a bit silly. And then you put an alien in there, and you can kind of see maybe how that's kind of jarring, because you take a horror franchise and a monster, and then you put these like adults acting like kids, kind of like Freaky Friday, like kind of thing situation. And it's like, it's a bit jarring. It's a bit weird, like, because they're just acting like children, and also they're kind of like indestructible in a way too. So it's like, it's kind of weird and not that scary when they're involved. The alien itself, is, you heard it from me, it has so many movies at this point. It's like Resident Evil. It's got all these movies, all these spin-offs. I don't know what's left to do with this thing, because it's just the same thing over and over again, right? It's just this alien. And the first one works. And it worked in the 70s or whatever, because it was this first time you saw it, and you barely see it on screen. It's hiding in the shadows, like for the most part. Now you see it so much. And in this show, there's scenes where you see it in broad daylight and you see it standing up, and you're like, that's just a dude in a suit, which is what they do. And they did in the original. It's like a person in a suit. And so when they show it, it takes you out. I'm like, that looks so goofy. It looks so stupid. So I don't know. They have to be careful with how much they show it, and also I don't know what you do with this thing anymore. I've seen it so many times. It's an iconic creature, but it's like I know what it does, and it hisses, and it's got the mouth thing and the acid blood, whatever. There's one of these baby synths turns into like a super powered synth because she can like control the aliens. She can speak the language of the aliens and simultaneously hack any electronic device, including other robots. So at the end of the show, you have this
That's overpowered.
Yeah, so it's like this lady, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Like she's got the alien with her as their like pet, and she can hack anything. So it's like she could do anything. She could take over the world. So I don't know. It's just overpowered. And then the whole show kind of reminded me of classic horror movies, like bad horror movies, or Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, say it ain't so. Oh, boy.
So you have situations where you're like, why are you doing that? Why are you going there? Why are you saying that? That sort of dumb stuff. And that's what leads to a lot of the chaos and face huggers and all that crap. So that happens. But like I said, overall, I actually enjoyed it. I think like it had like a good budget. So it looks pretty good for the most part, as long as you're not seeing the alien in broad daylight. Cool editing. I thought some of the acting was pretty good. So Timothy Oliphant, if you know who that is, he's pretty cool as a synth or droid or whatever. Overall, I liked it, but it's a bit silly. So that's where I'm at on Alien Earth. I know all the listeners were asking for that review.
This kind of sounds like family. I thought it was going to be like a Family Channel horror. Oh, these kids are trapped in these little bodies.
It was kind of Disney-fied. Like if you could look at it that way. Like a lot of there are some tense scenes, and there are some like creepy moments, or you're waiting for a jump scare, or there is the alien kind of lurking. But then, yeah, like there is that Family Channel vibe, because you have this. It's not just one kid either. There's like 6 of them, 6 robots with kids' consciousness in them. So they're just being stupid fucking kids and like goofing around, and there's like alien monsters, and then you're kind of like, oh shit, look at this creepy alien. And there's other monsters, not just the regular alien. You're like, wow, that's creepy, that's scary. And then these kids come in playing jump rope and goofing around, and you're like, what the hell? Like what are you doing? It totally takes you out in some ways. So it's kind of weird, and I don't know. I think people are divided on how that went, but it is kind of Disney-fied, but there are still like some classic gory horror moments in there too. But yeah, like some of it is kind of goofy. I'm like, what? Like what the
heck? Kurt, what do you say to people that are too scared? They don't like horror movies or horror games. What do you say to them?
It's fine. I don't like all horror movies or games either. So like with horror movies, I'm very particular, I would say. Supernatural stuff, I think, scares me the most. I don't know, because you can't see it. I don't know what's happened. I don't know.
Like, what do you like? What's an example of a supernatural one?
Well, like an example. I'm not saying this is the scariest movie ever, but like Paranormal Activity, obviously supernatural, alien, sci-fi. So Halloween. What do you call that? Sci-fi? I don't know. It's like a masked, unkillable man kind of thing. Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. Like those ones are different. So I don't know. It's not that simple for me all the time either, but like there are horror movies. I am choosy. Like I try and go for ones that I've heard like really good things about, like either a unique premise, a hilarious premise. So maybe it isn't all horror, or it's just like really well regarded. Like they just did it well with like good acting, good writing. It isn't just a bunch of characters doing stupid Scooby-Doo shit, bumbling and fumbling into these haunted houses, and then it's just bad writing. So I am a little bit particular. But yeah, there's some where I'd get scared for sure. And then with games, I haven't played a ton of horror games because I've kind of there's an alien horror game, and it looks absolutely terrifying to play alone. And that's just one example.
Yeah.
So what do
I
you
think
say? I don't care if people don't want to watch.
Yeah, I'd say grow up. I think it's I think November is the perfect time for horror
Yeah.
games because it's like it gets your blood pumping a bit. I think that's what I struggle with the most in September is like, okay, there's less to do. The animals are taken care of. The crops have been harvested, and yeah, like I'm just kind of slowing down a bit. But yeah, I gotta get back up there. I'd say I'd recommend The Strangers to anyone who hasn't seen it.
Haven't
The
seen
first-
it. Looks scary.
The first half hour is really fucking scary.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's awesome though. I think I like horror so much because I struggle kind of almost like if I throw on a normal show in the wintertime and it's dark out, like me, I'm falling asleep. I need that horror to stay activated. It's like a cup of coffee.
No, yeah, I just don't see it that way. And not everyone wants that feeling. Like I was playing even Resident Evil 2, it was fucking stressful, especially when I had Mr. X chasing me around. Like I had to I had to take a breather after.
Yeah.
Like he came in and I'm all of a sudden you're being chased around. You're on the clock and I'm like on the edge of my seat here running around. I'm screaming and it's kind of similar with like some of these movies out there. So it depends who's clawing around. Speaking of monsters,
I hear a dog clawing. Hold up, keep on talking.
Yeah, Randy just likes to get on people's nerve. He likes to kind of start arguments and.
We got 2 dogs that want to say hello before we wrap up the show.
2
dogs.
Did you clone one?
Dog number 1.
Oh, I know Luna.
Say hi to the dog father. Hello.
Hi, Luna.
Hi. I'm cool. Thank you. And we got dog number 2 here. Come here. This is Hazel.
Hazel. Hi, Hazel. They both licked your face.
Yeah, this one was clawing at the door for some reason. These dogs, they don't understand daylight savings time, kind of like us. They know it's supper time.
Yeah, how do you adjust this week to the savings time?
Yeah, I know I gained an hour, but I was upset. I didn't. I was confused.
Yeah. Mine was weird. I'm not upset. I was just telling the listeners though, you just get upset at everything. I don't know, but it felt weird. Like it felt like it didn't happen for me this year. I think because I stayed up too late on Saturday and then I got up too early on Sunday, so the extra hour it just disappeared.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what to say. It's a strange world, strange, spooky world we live in, Kurt. Isn't that right, Linda? Huh?
Yeah, you said it best. Okay. Well, everyone enjoy your November. Watch some horror movies and turn on your Christmas lights. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time with some big news, I'm sure. Whatever. Oh, we have to talk about something still. We can't end. What about these ostriches? The ostriches have to be discussed because we've talked about them. And I did my own digging after I sent you some messages. But do you want to give us the latest?
Who died on protesting the ostrich farm coal. And apparently he was just old and maybe just passed away.
Somebody died?
Someone died. I said, yeah, someone died. And
that's right. Yeah, somebody died.
Mysterious circumstances. The RCMP haven't been able to comment on it yet. So it's kind of confusing situation over there. I haven't looked into the latest, but it looks like the courts want the ostrich farm call to proceed.
CFIA moving ahead with complete depopulation and disposal of these ostriches.
So they get big shears out.
Well, that's what I was saying. So they say, I was going to ask you. It says how exactly they will kill the birds is not known, but a CFIA manual describes methods including breaking their necks, lethal injection, gassing, or shooting. And so my question to you, Randy, is which way do you think they'll kill these ostriches?
I think a big pair of shears, like big pair of garden shears.
God.
They'll throw a bag over their head so they don't see it coming, and then just a quick kind of like Edward Scissorhands.
So I was looking into this further because I was like, I'm going to be honest. We've talked about this a few times. It was popping up in the news feed all year long. For some reason, my brain like turns off when I like open one of these ostrich articles. It just, I don't understand. I don't care. I don't know why this is dragging on so long. I don't know if the birds are sick, kill them. If they're not sick, leave them. I'm like, what's the big deal? So I start reading through paragraphs, and then I get to the end. I realize I didn't like retain any of that information. So I asked you, I needed to bring this up on the pod. But then meanwhile, I did my own quick digging. Like I got a robot to explain it to me like I was 5 years old or whatever. And so I found out a couple things, which I suspected. I was like, hasn't this been going on for a long time? And they're like, yeah, it's like since early 2024, they've been talking about these sick ostriches. And I got my AI friend to just whip something up, like a synopsis for me to take as my own on the podcast. And he says, the Canadian government found bird flu on an ostrich farm months ago. And instead of testing the birds again, they've spent half a year arguing in court. Now they're finally going to kill them all, even though they're healthy, because apparently bureaucracy is more contagious than the virus. And then I did some digging with some actual human reports, and I found out some other stuff. And I'm going to repeat this as fact, even though I didn't actually fact check it. But, I heard like the owners did not report or even quarantine the birds when avian flu was discovered. I found out like to meet international standards for selling ostrich meat, any flock found to have this flu must be culled. The flock is commercially worthless because the meat is no longer marketable. The staff on the farm have tested positive for avian flu antibodies, which means they caught it from the bird, so it has become transmissible. And any of the birds can be a reservoir for it. It won't necessarily show up in further testing. My thing is like these birds should have been called so long ago.
Yeah.
I
think they should have. It's crazy that they're still alive to me. I mean, the bird flu is terribly contagious and would like just destroy society if there was a really bad one. It's nothing to mess around with. I think the closest thing they look at is these big chicken farms, and of course chickens have a much shorter lifespan than ostriches do. But when there's any bird flu in the chicken farm, they got to call the whole flock. And these ostriches, they try to argue, they're immune. If they've survived, they're immune. But it doesn't really work that way. I think the risk of having bird flu is just so high. And what the fuck are ostriches doing living in Edgewood? No one seems to talk about this. What are these birds doing from the African savannah living in the Kootenays? I don't understand. Do people want ostrich meat? Do they want the eggs? There was like this other argument. The farmers are saying that they're involved with important research, that you have to save them. And then Dr. Oz came on and it was like, we got to save the ostriches. And it's just become this huge.
I just don't get why this is blown up so much.
That's the reason why it's blown up so much, is because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It turned out, after doing a little bit, the bare minimum of research I did like the last couple of days, it's turned out to be exactly what I thought it was, like a complete waste of everyone's time. Yeah. Just bring out the shears, put some bags over their head, and like, let's move on to bigger and better things. That's what I would say. Too bad, so sad, but I'm glad we got to the bottom of those ostriches. So we'll see if this actually happens. I don't know. We'll provide the update next year. So
thumbs up.
Yeah, cool. Good night, everyone.
Sweet dreams.